Hello. Yeah. So good morning, all of you.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, all of you. We'll start within 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. So let us start today's topic. That is hypothesis testing. Okay. So today we'll start with hypothesis testing. Right. Now to start with hypothesis testing. Before hypothesis testing, let us discuss some concepts about hypothesis, right? What is hypothesis? What is its importance in statistics, right? And so this sort of. So let us understand what first of all, what is a hypothesis? When should we apply in a statistical scenario? How we will apply? We will come for the formulas and later on. So today we'll be having many formulas, minimum around 7 to 8 formulas. Okay. So hypothesis testing is a procedure as we understand, but what procedure? What we are going to do, right? So yeah, any idea, any preconceived idea of yours? What do you understand by hypothesis and hypothesis testing? Yes, anyone can share? Yes. Can anybody share what is hypothesis and what is hypothesis testing? Whatever idea you have must be having some idea. Okay. So yes, who anyone can share what is a hypothesis?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. No problem. Okay. Okay. So let me explain first of all what is a hypothesis and then we'll go for the testing. In the testing procedure, the statistics will come, but first let us understand what is a hypothesis, right? So a hypothesis, just like I will give you an analogy how hypothesis works. Suppose a person is taken to the court, right? So you have seen, some of you might have seen the court proceedings, or in the movies also you might have seen that how court proceedings occurs. So what happens in a court? In a court, first a person is presented before the court, and there will be some lawyer for the person, there will be some lawyer against the person, and there will be some judge. Okay, these are the main you know uh, parties who are interacting in a court. Okay, so what happens first? Now first and foremost thing you should understand, in the any judicial system, not only Indian judicial system, in any judicial system, a person if he is taken to the court, that does not mean that he is a convict or he is a guilty. Okay. So a person is, so whenever the judge starts giving the, whenever the judge starts the procedure, first he assumes something. What he assumes? He assumes that the person is not guilty. Okay. So on the presumption, on the assumption of that the person is not guilty, this is first taken as a statement, right? Now, this happens in a court. Now, what happens? Now, there will be some lawyer will put some evidence, some for the lawyer, some against the lawyer. Again, sorry, for some for the person, some against the person or the convict. So now they will put some evidence one by one. It may go for 1 month, it may go for a long period of time. And after that, at the end, the judge will give some decision. Okay. So either the judge will give some punishment, say 1 year prison, 10-year prison, or 14-year prison, whatever it is, or the judge will leave the person. The judge will not give any punishment. He will allow the person to let go. So this is in a nutshell what happens in a court, judiciary system. Let us say Indian judiciary system, right? So same is the concept in hypothesis. In hypothesis, we assume some statement, right? That is our assumption. That may be true, that may be false. Or in statistical language, we can reject that, we can reject that statement. That means we can tell no, right? The person is, or let us take some example. Suppose even if I say the class height, say the class height, I say my claim is that the class height, I have seen some average student height for the last 12 years. So I claim that the average height of section D is 5 feet 2 inch. Now this is my claim. I may be wrong, I may be right, right? So now I will get some evidence. I will get some samples. Say I take height of 10 students, right? I measure their mean, and then I will try to conclude. I will either accept the null hypothesis or we reject the null hypothesis. Exactly the same judiciary system happens in hypothesis testing. So what we do in hypothesis testing, we assume one statement. Suppose, just for example, my statement is the average height of section D, right, students, is 5 feet 2 inch. This is my claim, right? Now I may be wrong, I may be correct also. So I have to then put some evidence. I have to take some students, 10 students from this group of 60, and I have to see, do the mean calculations, and then I will decide. So this is what, in a nutshell, exactly the judiciary system happens in a hypothesis testing, right? So let me share some definition with you. So before I give the definition, I just discuss the concept so that you can connect it to your. Hypothesis is a statement about the value of a population parameter developed for the purpose of testing. Now, if my population is ICFA university students, 5,000, right? But my sample is say 60 students of section D. So I will write the hypothesis for whom? I will write always the hypothesis is written for the population because I am doing the study for population. Now, generally you will find in any sort of research, whether it is consumer research, political research, or any sort of research, okay, production research, you will always find that this population is very large, 10 crores, 5 crores, okay, 10 lakh, 20 lakhs. So this population cannot be handled. So we go for a sample. So developed for the purpose testing. Examples of hypothesis made about a population parameter are this. Suppose I make a statement. Mean monthly income of system analyst is $3625. This is my hypothesis, right? My hypothesis is say that the mean salary, mean salary of Infosys employee is 60,000 per month, mean salary, right? So this is my hypothesis. This is just a statement. This is just a assumption, right? And we will test that with some data. That is called hypothesis testing. So hypothesis is just a assumption. It's nothing more than that. And then we test for that. Okay. So testing procedure is a bit long. I will give you the procedure. Yeah. So hypothesis testing. Yeah. Let me first explain you what is hypothesis testing. So hypothesis testing is a procedure. Yes. See this language. See this sentence. Hypothesis testing is a procedure based on sample evidence and probability theory, right? Used to determine whether the hypothesis is a reasonable statement and should not be rejected or is unreasonable and should be rejected. Okay. So you should remember this. In statistics, we never say do not reject. Sorry, we do not say accept the hypothesis. Okay, we do not say accept the hypothesis. We do not say like this, reject or accept, right? We say reject or do not reject. So two outcome may happen of my assumption or hypothesis. Either I will reject the hypothesis or I will accept. Accept is in statistical language, it is called do not reject. Now your question will be why not accept? Accept and do not reject are same. You will ask this question obviously. Do not reject and accept. What is the difference? But statistically, there is a huge difference in statistics. Okay, each and word has a very important, very important significance. Do not do not reject. We will say because from the sample that I have chosen, from that I could not prove the hypothesis. Okay, but it may be I could have proof with some other sample. Suppose I go to section H and I take the sample, then my hypothesis could have been proved. So that is the reason why we say do not reject, right? We don't say accept, right? So even if you can see when the judge leaves the, the judge, when the judge does not give any punishment, leaves the person, then what does the judge says? Due to lack of evidence, due to lack of evidence, I am releasing this person, right? He never, and he also says that for time being he is not guilty, but agar baad mein, if in later on some evidence comes, right, we'll be seeing many persons going to, again the case is reopening, right? So for the time being I cannot prove him guilty, but later on I can try. That is the thing. That's why in the judge says due to lack of evidence I am leaving him. Okay, मतलब बाद में पकड़ भी सकता हूँ. Okay, so hypothesis testing is a procedure based on sample evidence and probability theory. Okay, how probability theory is coming, I will explain that. Okay, used to determine whether the hypothesis is a reasonable statement and should not be rejected or is unreasonable and should be rejected. Yeah, any query, please ask now. Yeah, is it clear what is hypothesis and what is hypothesis testing? Yeah, any query, please ask.
Yes.
Okay, I hope it is clear, but the procedure is very long. Please try to understand. I have not given you the procedure, right? So all of you, please write down this procedure. Okay. We call it 5-step procedure. All of you, please, I will request you to write this. 5-step procedure of hypothesis testing. I will explain each one of the step. Don't worry. You please write down. Please write down. Step one. Step one. State null and alternate hypothesis. Step one. State null and alternate hypothesis. I am coming. What is null? What is alternate? I will come. Just after 2 minutes, I will start. Step two. Step two. Select a level of significance. Step two. Select a level of significance. Step three. Step three. Identify the test statistic. Step 3. Identify the test statistic. Step 4. Step 4. Formulate a decision rule. Formulate a decision rule. Step 5. Arrive at a decision. Either reject the null hypothesis or do not reject the hypothesis. So any problem when we are going to solve, we have to answer, we have to find out each one of the steps. Okay. So I will do many problem. Also, I will do in the tutorial class. I will try as many problem as I can do so that your concept get clear. Okay. But just a quick revision. Step 1, state null and alternate hypothesis. Step 2, select alpha, level of significance or alpha. Step 3, identify the test statistic. That means which test we are going to apply. Z, T, or later on it will come. Don't get stressed now. Chi-square will come, ANOVA will come. Okay, different statistical tests will come. We are just starting the hypothesis part. So identify the test statistic. Formulate a decision rule. Whenever I go to the problem, I will tell you what is a decision rule. Okay, I will explain. Take a sample and then step 5 is nothing. Either accept or reject on the decision rule. Right? Just like judge also does that. जज क्या करते हैं आइदर पनिशमेंट देते हैं और छोड़ देते हैं राइट आइदर 14 साल के लिए गया या 3 साल के लिए गया या रिलीज हो गया यही तो होता है ना सो सेम इज द प्रोसीड्योर exactly same so court proceedings judicial system hypothesis testing is nothing but judicial system Indian judicial system. Okay, so hope you have written the steps. Now I will explain only this one. I will explain this one, and rest step I will take you to a problem and I will show you there live problem. Right, that will be best. So, but null and alternate I need to rest all the 4 steps I will explain in the problem. Now, what is null and alternate hypothesis? Let us understand. Very important. All of you pay your attention. So null hypothesis. So there are 2 types of hypothesis. Null hypothesis, which we write as H0, and alternate hypothesis, which we write as H1. In some books, you will find as HA also. Both are correct. There is no any harm. Either H1 or HA. Okay. So null hypothesis, how do we write? H0, H suffix 0. Alternate hypothesis H1 or HA. HA means alternate and 1 means also in some books you will find H1. Now null, what is null and what is alternate? We have to understand very clearly what is null hypothesis and what is alternate hypothesis. Any idea, preconceived idea, what is null and what is alternate? Any idea? Yes. Any idea what is null hypothesis and what is alternate hypothesis? Anybody can share?
So null is
Yes,
0.
Tejaswita. Yes, yes. What is null and what is alternate?
So null is 0
Ha, null is 0. We write that age 0.
and
But what
alternative
is null hypothesis? What is null hypothesis? And what is alternate hypothesis? Okay, see how it is only a method of writing. In the null hypothesis, we always try to write the null hypothesis with a equality symbol, right? That means generally we will write hypothesis in this way. Suppose I have taken test in section D and H. Okay, suppose midterm has done, midterm is over, and I got the mean scores of all section D and section H, right? So I say there is no difference between the marks, between the mean marks of section A and section D. So I will write in this way. My null hypothesis is, let me write here because this somebody is entering. So null hypothesis is this, only symbol, colon. Now what I say, my marks of section A, sorry, H, na, you are D. So H is equal to mean marks of section D. This is my null hypothesis. That means in the null, always we try to equal to sign will always lie in the null hypothesis, right? That means null hypothesis we always try to write in an equality sense. Now in chi-square test there is a bit difference is there, but the meaning is same. Always we try to prove the equality in the null, and whatever we are trying to test or whatever is my claim, that I put in the alternate hypothesis. Okay. So H0 is always assumed to be true, presumed to be true. H1 has the burden of proof. So whatever I am going to prove, that will come in the alternate hypothesis. That will come in the alternate hypothesis. And suppose my null is this, then what will be my alternate hypothesis? From here only we can say, yes, my my mean marks of section H is equal to mean marks of section D. This is my assumption. दोनों बच्चे सेम है, डी और एच कोई फर्क नहीं, मीन मार्क्स दोनों का ही सेम आया है, राइट? So what will be my alternate hypothesis here? What will be my alternate? Is mean marks of H is not equal to mean marks of D. Very simple. Now this is called a bidirectional hypothesis. Now hope you remember when I was discussing the last chapter, I told you that two-tailed and one-tailed test I will discuss in the next session. So today I will discuss what is two-tailed and what is one-tailed. Okay. So let me go to two-tailed and one-tailed hypothesis, or this is a two-tailed hypothesis, bidirectional. Okay, so let me go to let me take you to a better slide so that you understand. Yeah, all of you please pay your attention. Please pay your attention. So see this. This is, so first null hypothesis, I write this mean. Suppose I take the mean height. Okay, I take the mean height of the class is equal to 5 feet. This was my claim. I claimed this one, 5 feet 2 inch. I claimed this one. Mean height of the class is 5 feet 2 inch. So this is my null hypothesis. My claim, equality always goes in the null hypothesis. So what will be my alternate hypothesis? Simply mean is not equal to is not equal to 5 feet 2 inch. Is it clear? Now try to understand. This is called a bidirectional hypothesis. Okay. Why it is called a bidirectional hypothesis? Because see the alternate one. The alternate hypothesis has no any direction. The mean height, actual mean height may be greater than 5 feet 2 inch, or it can be less than 5 feet 2 inch. So there is no any direction in this hypothesis. That's why it is called a bidirectional hypothesis or a two-tail test. Please remember, all of you please write or take a peek of this slide and write. This is a two-tail test or bidirectional hypothesis. Please write. It's a this one, the extreme left one, it's a bidirectional hypothesis or it is a two-tail test. Okay. See, I was writing alpha by 2. Okay, see this symbol. Alpha by 2 means it's a two-tail test. But see here it is written alpha. That means it is a two-tail test or one-tail test. This is a one-tail test. But now see that how the hypothesis is written. Now see this part, this part. See this one. Now what I say? Now what I say? That my mean height is not equal to 5 feet 2 inch. What I say? My mean height is equal to greater than equal to 5 feet 2 inch. Value means any value. I put 5 feet 2 inch suppose. So mean height is greater than equal to 5 feet 2 inch. Now look at all of you, please look at the alternate hypothesis. Please look at the H1 here. Please, all of you. Can you see a direction here? Can you see a direction in the mu? Yes or no? Tejasvita. Yes.
sir.
Is this mu directional or bidirectional?
It's a new.
Yeah, mu is directional, na unidirectional. Mu is less than value. That means what I am claiming, my claim is here, mean height is less than 5 feet 2 inch. That means my maximum students are short height students. And see this claim. See this claim. Just the reverse. Just the reverse. I am claiming my mean value, mean height is greater than 5 feet 2 inch. That means सब लंबे बच्चे हैं मेरे क्लास में. Right. So try to understand this too. Is it clear or not? Tell me. So this one, this double circled, this is a two-tail test or bi-directional hypothesis, and the rest two, this one and this one, are unidirectional hypothesis. Now there is another term, left tail, right tail. If it is towards the negative axis, we call it left tail. If it is towards the positive axis, we call it right tail. Even if you don't understand left tail, right tail is okay. But if you understand two tail, one tail, our job will be done. You can do any problem. So please tell me, is it clear? Two tailed and one tail test. Yes, Pranshul.
Sir, can you explain two-tail test again?
Two tail, I will explain. Yeah, please tell me. I will explain. If required, I will explain 3 times. No harm in repeating. Okay. So I am telling you the what is two tail. Simply you will see the hypothesis. See here. See this part. Only just like focus, like see this one. Let me rub on this. Let me rub everything. Okay, so see this slide. You will this slide is the ultimate slide that will help you in understand. I will again come back whenever I will do a problem. I will come back. See this one. See this one. mean, I say my null hypothesis 80 colon, okay, mu equals value. That means what? I am claiming that my mean height of the class is 5 feet 2 inch. Now, if I claim that, what will be my alternate? My alternate is mu unequal to 5 feet 2 inch. That means, what does it means? It can be less than 5 feet 2 inch, or it can be greater than 5 feet 2 inch. So this is called a bidirectional hypothesis. My alternate hypothesis has two directions, isn't it? No, isn't it so? But see here, this one method, the crux is how I write the hypothesis. It will be two-tailed or one-tailed, right? That is the, and that you have to understand from the problem. So when I will solve the problem, I will tell you how to understand whether it's a two-tailed or one-tailed. Rather, you will only tell. Okay. So see here, null hypothesis. See this one, second one. Null hypothesis mu greater than equal to value. And alternate hypothesis is this one. This one. Mu less than value. That means mu. That means what am I claiming? What am I claiming? My mean height of the students is less than 5 feet 2 inch. Okay, my mean height of the students of section D is lesser than 5 feet 2 inch. Isn't it? There is a direction.
Yes, sir.
Am I not telling my students are towards the less than 5 feet 2 inch?
Yes, sir. There would be greater than or there would be less than.
In this case, here it will be, here it is greater than less than. In the two, this is a two-tailed. This is a two-tailed. But here see, only see the alternate hypothesis. Okay, my claim lies in the alternate, not in the null. जो हम claim करेंगे उसको alternate में लिखेंगे, right? So whatever I am claiming, it will come here.
Is always less than the value.
Mu less than the value.
Yeah.
So it's a directional, na? It's a unidirectional, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it is
Yeah.
a one-tailed test. Yes. And see this one also. This one also. See, mu has a direction, now only one direction. Isn't it so?
Yes, sir.
So this is also a one-tailed test, unidirectional hypothesis. Clear? Now it is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Please, I will again explain when I go to the problem. I will show you कैसे ये समझना पड़ता है, right? Now please look here. Now look here. So two-tailed test. It is also called non-directional or bidirectional. In different books you will find different, but actually let us call it bidirectional because they are having two directions. So two-tailed test. Now what we will do, if it is a two-tailed test and my alpha is 0.05, suppose my alpha is 0.05. So my alpha will be divided into two tails if it is a two-tailed test, right? So what will be my alpha in each tail? 0.05 by 2. Okay, that is 0.05 by 2. So 0.025 and 0.05 by 2. So 0.025. So this is called a two-tailed test. And in a one-tailed test, if it is towards the negative axis, our negative axis in the left, as I told you, I have told you repeatedly in the previous session, this is the negative direction. So if our rejection region lies in the negative region, it is called a left tail test. And if our rejection region lies in the positive region direction, it is called a right tail test. Clear? So these are some of the terminologies: left-tailed, right-tailed, two-tailed. Okay, one sample. Let us today focus on one sample only. I mean, I will start with two samples, but I don't know whether I'll be able to finish. So today, let us focus on one sample. Right? So we have understood hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, two-tail test, one-tail test, right-tail test. Yeah, this is fair enough. If you understand this, then you can. Yeah, I will come to this. Yeah, rest I will explain when I will take the problem, which is equal to, okay. Yeah, I have explained everything, I think. Yeah, as yeah, some keywords, right? Some keywords you can just see. While hypothesis testing, you should look for these keywords. You must find these words. अब मिलना ही है इनसे मिलना ही है, होता है ना? कुछ friend होता है जिनसे मिलना नहीं चाहते हो लेकिन मिल जाते हैं. So these are some words you must find in the problem. Please note. You can take a note also. Look for keywords, right? You will find this: improved, better than, as effective as, different from, has changed. These are the words which will help us in forming the hypothesis. Okay, in forming the hypothesis. So please write down these words also so that you can understand whether it's a one-tailed or two-tailed. So improved, better than, as effective as, different from, has changed, different from, right? These words we use, and that's enough. I think we are done with the concepts. So let me take you to the problem. So you have written the 5 steps and the concepts are known. So let us go to the, yes, let us go to the, yeah. So all of you, please read this problem. Please read this problem for 2 minutes and we will solve it. Okay. Yeah. Have you read the problem? Yes, Tejaswita. Yes, Tejaswita, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm reading it.
Okay. Yeah. Pranshul, have you read?
Yes, sir, ready.
Okay. So tell me whether it is a one-tail test or a two-tail test. Can we tell from here, from this problem? Can we tell? Yes, Tejaswita.
Sir, two-tail.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Very good. I think my 40 minutes discussion is fruitful. Excellent. Excellent. Simply excellent. All of you got it. Why it is a two-tail? My 40 minutes discussion is fruitful. Yes, very good. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, Pranshul, are you getting why it is 210? Pranshul, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Why it is 210?
So, sir, इसमें लिखा हुआ है there has been a change in a weekly production.
Very good. Excellent. Oh, I think this is the first section who could tell. You have understood hypothesis. I can tell. Excellent. Excellent. Anybody having doubt why two tell, why not one tell? Yes. Excellent. I simply excellent.
So there are two means given. One is 200 and another is 203.5 after the
So,
change.
so
So I guess that's why it is two-tailed.
no, 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 no. How we will understand? I tell you now, you will get from the keywords. I told you that you will get from the keywords. Please see. All of you, please let me read the problem for you. It is a modernization problem. Okay, modernization. The vice president is modernizing the plant. So what he is doing? He manufactures the weekly production of the model A325 desk. Okay, at the Fredonia plant follows normal probability distribution with a mean of 200 and a standard deviation of 60. Recently, because of market expansion, new production methods have been introduced and new employees hired, new production, new technology, new person, all these are done. Now, the vice president of manufacturing would like to investigate what is the claim of the vice president, whether there has been a change in the weekly production of the model A325, whether there is a change. Number one. Number two, you can see this. Okay, let me read it first. The mean number of days produced last year, 50 weeks, because the plant was set year, they are taking 50 weeks, okay, not 52 weeks. So that is 203.5. So these are the figures you can take down. These are the figures. So this is my mu. This is my mu. This is my sigma. This is my sigma. This is my what? Tejasvita. This is X bar. This is X bar. Now, see, question is not that. We have already studied this thing, how to, but question is this. Read the last line also. Read this to last three sentence. Hope you can see the last three sentence. Even if you do not see, I am reading for you. Is the mean number of desks produced at the Fredonia plant different from 200? What does this mean? Different from 200? Does it give any direction? Different from 200. Does it give any direction?
So 110.
No, does it give? What this language? You have to understand this language. What is the claim?
So
Claim
not
say
equal to.
equal to, unequal to, different from. English language भी थोड़ा सा, we should brush up our English language. Different, I am not good in English, but say different from. What does this mean?
Bidirectional.
Yes,
So it is bidirectional.
bidirectional. Who is this? Please tell your name. I cannot see you.
Akshita sir.
Shweta,
Akshita sir.
Akshita.
Yes sir.
Okay, very correct. This is bidirectional. So the first step. So what was my first step? My first step was state null and alternate hypothesis. Now we will start solving the problem. We will start solving. So we have understood it's a 210. Very good. So what is my null? Mean equals 200. What is my alternate? Yes, Tejasvita. What is my alternate?
So 200.
Null is equal to, alternate is mu unequal to 200, different from, no direction. क्या 200 है या 200 नहीं है, ये हिंदी में आता है मीनिंग, हिंदी मीनिंग of this problem. Okay. Why? How have I understood? Has changed. Has changed. क्या change हुआ है? Step 2 is very simple. We have to we have to stay the alpha value. We have to write the alpha, which is given in our alpha is given in our problem 0.01. Step 2. You can write all of you the steps. First problem I advise you to write. Next problem you cannot write. You may not write. Step 3. Test statistics. We will use Z test since sigma is known. Okay. Sigma is given in the problem. So we will use Z test. We will use Z test. Is it clear till now? First 3 steps are very easy. Let me stop here. We are halfway in the problem. So first we have step 1, state the null and alternate hypothesis. So our null hypothesis is mean is equal to 200, or this is what the vice president want to check. क्या mean production 200 है? Hypothesized mean is 200. क्या मेरा production 200 है या 200 नहीं है? Okay. Step 2. Step 2 is already given in the problem, alpha. Alpha given in the problem is 0.01. Step 3. What test we are going to use? We are going to use Z distribution because sigma is known. Now, step 4, again, pay attention, pay very attention, very much attention, all of you. Step 4. And whatever I am telling, try to follow that. Plus, minus, negative, into, divide. Please try to forget. If you want to follow my method, I don't force upon, but if you follow my method, you will never make a mistake. This much I can guarantee, right? So all of you, now all of you write one sentence. Decision rule, please write. Please write the decision rule. No negative, positive, plus, minus, left side, right side, nothing. Reject null. Please write whatever I am writing. Reject null. Reject null. And make a tattoo also. If you are making tattoo, you can make a tattoo of this. Reject null if zcal is, I will explain everything. First you write this. This is the universal rule. No negative, positive, plus, minus, negative axis, nothing you have to see. This is the universal rule. Please write one sentence. What is my sentence? Decision rule is reject null hypothesis. Reject null hypothesis if reject null hypothesis if zcal is greater than z cap. Now what is zcal? Zcal means z value calculated from the problem, from the data of the problem. Z value, zcal, please write. Zcal means z value calculated from the sample information or the problem in our case. Okay. In our case problem में जो दिया है x bar, mu, sigma, n all are given na? So zcal we will calculate. What is zcal? Zcal is the z value calculated from the sample information, Z tab is the z value from the table, from the z table. Z value is the z tab is the z value which is obtained from the Z tab. Is it clear? So in the fourth decision rule, we will calculate two Z value. Number one, Z cal. Z cal will calculate from the sample information. Number one. Number two, we will calculate another Z value from Z table, from the normal distribution table. This is called the Z tab. Now, if our Z cal is greater than Z tab, we reject the null hypothesis. Clear? All of you written this? This
Yes,
is the
sir.
decision rule. I told you.
Sir, सर अगर ये 2.58 से ज्यादा हो तो हम इसको रिजेक्ट कर देते.
Yes, pardon, please come again.
सर अगर ये 2.58 से ज्यादा होता तो हम इसको रिजेक्ट कर देते.
I am coming. अभी तो मैंने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व ही नहीं किया. Let me solve. अभी तो मैंने प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं किया ना. So we will calculate two Z value, one from the sample. So by this time, although we know all the formula, no new formula is there, but this procedure you have to learn. So Z value can we calculate? Simple Z value. What is the formula? What is the formula of Z value? Tejasvita.
Sir, one from the Z table.
No. From this, what is the formula of Z? Z value. X bar minus mu divided
Mu.
by sigma by root n. Right?
Root n. Yes.
Okay. This is from the first. Let us concentrate on formula. Okay. First, let us concentrate on formula. So X bar minus mu. This already you have written. Don't write. आपके कॉपी में है ये formula. X bar minus mu divided by sigma by root n. So we are having everything. See here, all of you. We are having X bar. So what is our X bar? Our X bar is 203.5. What is our mu? Mu is 200. What is our sigma? Sigma is 16. And yeah, that much. And n is our 50. Number of weeks, n is 50. Clear? So let us put all the value. Let us put all the value in X bar. So what is our X bar? 203.5. What is our mu? 200. 200 is our hypothesized mean, right? Sigma is 16 given in the problem we have seen, and n is 50. So what is, if you calculate the Z value, it is 1.5. It is 1.5. Is it clear? Any question? Z cal? Z cal, any question? It is 1.55. Yes? Pranshul, have you got?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one value we have got, that is Z cal, that is 1.55. What is our next task? What is our next task? What is our next task? Tejasvita?
So Z tab
Very good.
table.
So already I have given you the standard value, if you remember. So Z tab, okay, Z tab is, if you see for 99% CI, what is the Z value I have given you? What is the Z value? Please see in your copy.
2.58.
2.58. So you can directly write this. Okay. I have given you three Z values. For 99% CI 2.58, for 95% CI 1.96, for 90% CI 1.65. You can directly write this. No problem. Now tell me, our Z cal is 1.55, Z tab is 2.58. Right? Now one thing please remember. Again, as I told you, now try to divide the normal distribution into two regions. What are these two regions? Acceptance region, rejection region. No left side, no minus side, no modulus, no minus, nothing. If you want, you can do, but this is my suggestion. I'm suggesting. Do nothing. Only try to draw the normal distribution. So I'm drawing here. This is my normal distribution. So my rejection region are in the two-tail because this is a two-tail test. So what will be my rejection region? Z equals 2.58 and greater than that 2.58 से अगर ज्यादा है तो मैं रिजेक्ट करूंगा. So that means this is my rejection region, and if it is less than minus 2.58, this is also, so this is my rejection region, this is my rejection region, and in between, if my calculated Z lies in between, we will accept the null hypothesis. Now tell me, we will reject the null hypothesis or we will accept? Yes, Pranshul?
Sir, do not reject.
Yes, very good, very good. Do not reject. Actually, you should not say accept. Just for discussion, I am also telling sometime accept. You should not. We should not tell that. It is do not reject. Right? Got my point? Yes, clear or not? Any query in any one of the steps? So we will. So all the 5 steps is done. So what will the vice president understand from this? Yes, Tejaswita. Suppose you are the vice president. What you will understand after this study?
Sir, we won't reject it.
So वो तो statistically हो गया. We do not reject because our zcal is less than ztab. अगर हमारा zcal ज्यादा आता, we would have reject. But here I am accepting. Accepting the null hypothesis in this problem means what? My mean production is 200 only. Different नहीं हुआ है. इतना कुछ कर दिया vice president ने, कुछ नहीं हुआ. My mean production is same. Statistics says my mean production 200 के 200 ही रह गया. Got it, Tejaswita?
Yes, sir.
And this happens really every time after any modernization. A statistician is called to study. Before, what was the scenario, and after, what is the scenario? Every vice president will want to know after investing so much of money, क्या मेरा production बढ़ा है? यही तो question आएगा ना. So production बढ़ा नहीं. Statistics says मैं तो इतना खर्चा कर दिया, production तो आपका 200 से 200 ही रह गया. So what we will write? What we will conclude? We conclude that the population mean is not different from 200. मेरा population mean बड़ा ही नहीं, not different. So we will report to the vice president of manufacturing that the sample evidence, जो मैंने sample लिया था, does not show that the production rate at the Fredonia plant has changed from 200 per week. बड़ा ही नहीं, sample ये बताता है. Okay, and it happens so sometimes after production, after modernization, production does not increase. Even production decrease after modernization. This also happens in reality. Modernization कर दिया, production profitability loss हो गया. There are certain companies, right? Yeah. Any query, 1 or 2 minutes, please. Is the problem clear? Yes. Is the problem clear? Nimish? I can see your pic. Yes, Nimish. Nimish, are you there? Is there Pranshul? Yeah, Pranshul, is it clear now? Yeah, are you there?
Yes.
Pranshul?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, thank you. Anyone, any doubts? Please ask any one of the 5 steps. I told you I will explain each one of the 5 steps. Again, I will do one problem after I come back. Okay, after we come back, I will do another problem and we'll do some more problem in our tutorial class. Okay. I will try to do as many problem as I can. Okay. So let me stop share. Let me stop share. And again, when I come back, I will do another problem. Okay. So yeah, so let us take a break of 15 minutes and we will come back.